Welcome, everybody, to Casting for Two, the podcast with your host, Chris, that random guy who is always here. We can't get rid of him. Welcome to episode number 114. Before I get into the guest, as always, I want to thank Comic Bento for sponsoring the podcast. Comic Bento is awesome because you get a monthly box of awesome graphic novels, and they're great. I love graphic novels because it's a whole story contained in one thing, and I can't do single issues anymore. That's why I do Comic Bento. So let's get into the guest. This is going to be a long setup. My guest today is Mr. Zachary Davis, and he is the founder of Secret Stage Productions, which is a website where they do podcasts and they do video game Let's Plays, and they're just so funny and great guys and gals. And they recently announced a partnership portion of their website where they go out and find people who support them and have great stuff, and Casting for Two made that website. So I'm very honored to be a part of getting the word out, and the fact that they enjoy the show is also great. If you go on my website, you can also see a blurb about them as well, because Zachary and his crew are doing some great things, and I can't wait to work more with them in the future, because that's what this is all about, is togetherness. And you know what? Let's get into today's episode. So, Chris, cue the music, please, and thank you.
Pretty good.
Now, I just have a question for you right off the top.
Yeah, no problem.
How many times in your life has somebody called you Zach Attack?
Oh my gosh.
It has to be a lot,
quite
right?
A bit, yeah. From a very young age.
I can't think of very many nicknames that go with Zachary.
Yeah, that's the big one. Yeah, I probably get that. I would say in the range of a couple thousand times throughout my life.
Okay.
Yeah.
There you go. And, my Chris, nobody...
Yeah.
Chris, like, oh, you got me.
Yeah.
You got me, man. Yeah, but I hear it. I have a buddy whose name is Sean, and again, it's like, well, Sean. That's it. He has no nickname, and his life is... not better for it. I'm just kidding.
Yeah.
How's your day going so far?
Pretty good. Pretty slow day. Classes haven't started back up yet, so just kind of chilling.
Okay, so you're in college?
I am. Yep.
Yeah, that'd be funny. Okay, so you're in middle school then?
Oh yeah. You caught me. I'm a 7th grader.
There we go. What are you going to school for?
I'm a biology major.
Oh, okay.
Actually, yeah.
Okay. What about biology interests you?
Of all the hard sciences, it's always been the most fascinating because of how dynamic it can be. Mm-hmm. Obviously, when you're dealing with living organisms, you get a lot of variation. I like that. Genetics being kind of my main concentration when it comes to biology. But yeah, my dad has always worked in the medical field my entire life too, so that's kind of been an influence.
Mm.
Yeah.
So sort of, but not really going into the family business.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
Kind of. Yep.
My dad was a police officer, and I just I had this conversation with my mom. I would have loved to have gone through any sort of training like that, through the police
Yeah.
academy. But as me right now, because now I'm older,
Hmm.
I'm pretty set in my attitude. I'm not one of these kids who can be molded.
Okay.
So they tell me to do 20 push-ups, and I'd be like, I just kind of don't feel like that right now.
Yeah, I hear you.
I would, and then it hit me. I would love to see a TV show with me doing all these things and just making an ass of myself, being like, look, I'd love to do the push-ups, but it's just not what I want to do right now. I'd rather do something else. And then ultimately I just keep getting yelled at.
Yeah, that'd be a lot of fun. We should talk about doing a short maybe after the show.
There we go.
Yeah.
They can't hit me though, right?
I don't think so. I don't know.
Because if they're like, I'm gonna beat you senseless, I'm like, well, try it.
Yeah,
Like,
I'm not sure how that all breaks down, but yeah, it's worth a shot.
there we go. But that's awesome. So, how long have you been going to school for?
Way too long.
Gotcha.
Yeah, I'm hoping to be done like by the end of this summer.
Oh,
Yeah, because this is now a 4-year program, and I did a like radio, video, film program before that, for like 2 years. So yeah, I'm about ready to be done with school for a little bit.
a lot of people go to school for 9 years. Yeah, they're called doctors.
Yeah.
Time boy. I was going to ask you, being into biology, where does the media aspect of you come from?
I don't really know. That's always been kind of a second love of mine, and it's definitely kind of come into the forefront of
Mhm.
my attention lately, as I've been doing podcasts and things like that. But I don't know. I would like to blend the two at some point. If at all possible, maybe a Bill Nye style show.
There you go. There you go.
Um, but yeah, they're very two separate things. The media stuff for me is a little more relaxing. I can kind of just unwind and, edit a video for 4 hours and that doesn't bother me at all.
Right.
Whereas studying for a big bio exam might be a little more straining.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, I exactly know where that's coming from. It's very therapeutic for me to edit video or
Yeah.
something like that. Just because I'm not saying I turn off my brain, but it's just uh, I can I don't know, I can think about things while I'm editing. It's nice. It definitely
Yeah.
is nice. But it's cool because you also do have a group of friends that share the media passion that you have.
Right. Yeah. And that's pretty cool. Because, we all kind of come together from different backgrounds, whether it's art, music. One of the girls is a radio DJ down in Ohio.
Mm.
So,
Hales.
yep. Yep.
I was just listening to the podcast right now
Okay. Yeah.
before we started.
But yeah, so we all kind of have come together because I'm kind of the video guy and, we have our dudes that are into the video games and that kind of thing. So there's some overlap for sure, but it's nice to have people that kind of, at someone within the group can kind of cover anything
Hmm.
at any point.
Okay. And so how did you guys all meet? Just childhood friends?
Yeah, 6 of us, a few less of us, started together in elementary school and then, in middle school, met, a couple more people, and then in high school, finally our last guy, our buddy Nick. And then the other two are Jordan from Secret Stage, his girlfriend and his roommate. So yeah, it just kind of came together a little bit, kind of towards the summer last year and started talking about it and thought it'd be a good idea.
There we go. There we go. I wish I had the problem with me. I'm going to talk about me now for a second, so you can
No
just
problem.
take it easy. No, I wish I had a group of friends with all the same likes that I do. I'm
Okay.
not saying I don't have those friends, but they're all. I grew up in Oregon and I went to school in Canada.
Okay.
So I have two very radically different groups of friends. I have my film friends,
Hmm.
and then I have my normal friends that I've been to school with, and They could not give a crap about media
Okay, yeah.
or film. I have one friend who doesn't watch movies, which has always just kind of been what I don't understand how you
Yeah.
cannot watch movies. It's still weird to me. But all my film friends are since they're up in Canada, they're less accessible.
Yeah, that
So
makes sense.
I'm a one man wolf pack right now.
There's nothing wrong with that. I sometimes think that'd be a little easier. There's some frustrations every once in a while.
The nice thing about it is I don't have to check with anybody,
Yeah.
which is always I have 100% creative freedom. The bad thing is if I want to shoot something, my focus is going to be bad
Yeah.
because I have to run back and forth. But yeah, so that's the only thing. So, but luckily, it's I've always worked as a one man crew. So when problems happen, I'm just obviously we do this, blah blah blah. Versus my film friends, they're used to having big crews.
Yeah, exactly.
And it's like, well, we can't do this. I'm like, what are you talking about? You just do this, and
Yeah.
you just, poor man's process. Just do it that way. What now? Okay, so why did you want to start Secret Stage?
Oh man. So earlier last year, maybe even around this time, last January, I was kind of thinking like I wanted to get into the media space, whether it was writing or podcasting or blogging. I wasn't exactly sure what I wanted to do. And so I dabbled with a few different things, kind of launched like a gaming blog for a little bit. And I was writing opinion pieces on news as it was coming out. And then I recorded a podcast by myself and just kind of going over. It was like around the time the new Wii U Zelda game was said it was not going to hit last year. So I did kind of a like half-hour long thing by myself, and I didn't think it was that bad, but there wasn't any chemistry, just being me.
Right.
So I started kind of kicking around the idea, like maybe I need to find partners for this, and kind of tossed it around that group of friends. And at first, they weren't so gung-ho about it. I don't think maybe I explained it exactly the way I should have.
Right.
But over time, I kind of got some support, and it just branched out to the 6 of us, and then eventually 8. And yeah, it kind of stemmed from not knowing exactly what we wanted to do. So it's kind of a platform for us to do whatever we want.
Yeah, that's the best thing to do is I don't know what to do. Let's just do it.
Exactly. We have, some written pieces on there. We do 3 different podcasts. We have our Let's Play video series, and we have plenty of stuff in the pipeline, going into this year to do, to expand all of that. But yeah, I mean, the Secret Stage show was, let's just sit around and we'll each bring different things to talk about, and it will go, pretty much anywhere. And that's been a lot of fun. I really like doing that show because I never quite know, what the other guys are going to bring as their topic.
Right.
And so you kind of have to think like on your feet a little bit, to keep things going. And I enjoy that. And then we do the video game show, which is easy for me because I, am in that world quite a bit. And then the other one, Zach and Hales, which you had mentioned earlier, is just us 2 best friends who don't live near one another anymore and catch up on a bi-weekly basis. So yeah, just kind of all fit together that way.
There you go. And the thing that has been kind of getting me, because I used to be a really big gamer back in the day.
Okay.
It was all console. I'm not a PC guy at all.
I'm with you there.
Yeah. No, I remember the big consoles for me was the Dreamcast. That's
okay. Yeah.
That's my jam right there.
Yeah.
But then somewhere along the line, and of course Xbox. That's still huge for me. And somewhere along the line, I'm at that point where all my friends are growing up.
Okay.
And they have kids now, so life happens, and then I just kind of got out of gaming. But then I see all these Let's Plays and people having fun. And I was like, you know what? I need to get in on that. I want to have fun gaming again.
Yeah.
It was fun. So I have done some Let's Plays with some other individuals that were just super great. Also, Twitch is awesome.
Yes. I would like to do more on Twitch, but
yeah.
yeah.
Well, I used to be able to record all my footage, with the Elgato, record it, put it on the computer, all that blah blah blah. My computer died, so now I don't have a powerful enough machine to do it.
Okay.
So Twitch is just easy because the only thing is I can't edit myself, which is whatever. But yeah, I just stream for like 30 minutes and throw it on the internet. There you go.
Yeah, it's a lot of fun.
Yeah. Now, you Secret Stage podcast. You have topics that you cover.
Yep.
And while listening to Zach and Hales, you guys talked about Star Wars.
Yes, we end up talking about Star Wars quite a bit.
Yeah, which is, I mean, that's understandable. The movie just came out, so there's one issue, and I want to know your opinion.
Okay.
It pertains to Star Wars, but also all science in general.
Okay.
It drives me absolutely nuts when Neil deGrasse Tyson tries to disprove things in movies.
So somehow I knew this is where you're going to go with this.
Yeah, yes, because he started mentioning the BB-8 thing. Oh, it actually wouldn't roll on sand. It would just. I was like, shut up.
I retweeted that, and I got a lot of hate for that, actually. And I'm sure he got a ton more. I love Neil. He's one of my idols, but yeah, he can be a little much sometimes.
I don't like Neil. I don't like when he tries to disprove movies. I don't like the Mythbusters trying to disprove movies because it's a movie. It's entertainment. Who cares if it's not? It can't be done in the real world. I mean, that's the point of movies.
Mm-hmm. No, that's completely reasonable.
But yeah, it just drove me banana sandwich. Yeah.
No, I agree. Especially a movie like that. When he did that for Gravity a couple years back.
Yeah.
That was a little different story, a little bit,
The part where it really my hatred for Neil deGrasse really came out. When he's doing movie wise.
Yeah.
I don't have any problem with his science. But he disproved the star placement in Titanic.
Right. Yeah.
And so James Cameron was like, "Oh yeah, well come on by and we'll redo everything for you." Mm-hmm. It's like, shut up. Who cares? Who cares where the stars are? Neil deGrasse Tyson.
Just kind of becomes a publicity stunt.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Do you watch Brooklyn Nine-Nine?
I do. Yeah, I dabble.
There was this funny bit on Brooklyn Nine-Nine where Neil deGrasse Tyson knows Terry Crews's character.
Okay.
And they're at the gym, right? And Terry Crews, he's a bodybuilder for anyone who doesn't know. And he's struggling to do these reps, and he looks over at Neil deGrasse Tyson, and he's like pounding all these reps. And he goes, "Damn, Neil deGrasse Tyson, how do you do that? Physics, Terry, physics." And so I thought that was great.
That's awesome.
I appreciate that humor, but Neil, stay away from my movies. Just enjoy them.
Yeah, keep doing Star Talk and keep out of the movies.
Exactly. Well, I always like to give my guests the floor to talk about whatever they want. So, did you want to talk about anything or do any impressions, anything like that?
Oh, any impressions? Wow, I didn't prepare.
It's all up to you, man. Whatever you want. If you want to sit in silence, I'll do that as well.
Okay. Yeah, let's give that a shot. No. I don't know. I mean, yeah, I guess we could maybe talk a little bit more about kind of the intricacies. Oh my gosh, I can't speak. The finer points of Secret Stage.
Okay, yeah.
And I know we've kind of talked privately a little bit about maybe doing something together, and obviously we've been floating around me coming on this podcast for a while. I'm sorry it took so long.
Nah, it's all good.
But no, that Secret Stage keeps me really busy. And I'm sure you get this doing the podcast. How frequently do these go out, by the way?
They go out every week.
Okay.
Yeah.
Because, we do the 2 weekly shows and then bi-weekly Zach and Hales. So, and I'm pretty active in all 3 of those. Mm-hmm. Kind of trying to step back a little bit, and let some of the other guys take the reins on some things.
Right.
While I kind of develop some new stuff. But Yeah, I really enjoy doing that. We're trying to launch our partners program, which I know I've spoken to you a little bit about. Uh, where we kind of show off our friends in this industry, which I think will be really cool once we get that off the ground.
Yeah, absolutely. And you said it in the email or Twitter, however, that
Yeah,
I love partnering with people, or at least like pointing out podcasts and stuff like that.
yeah,
Just because I am a podcast listener, I do love podcasts, and when somebody follows me who is part of a podcast, I'm gonna listen to it, and
yeah,
if I like it, I'm absolutely gonna support it because it's I enjoy it, and I think other people will enjoy it.
yeah, for sure. And I definitely want to see more of that. Really early on, I had done a guest spot on a video game podcast, and I really enjoyed doing that. It's something I've wanted to do, since then. And this has really only been the second one that I've
Hmm.
done.
Yeah,
But no, I love getting on there with, whether the people I know well or don't have a lot of background with. It's just a lot of fun to get to know people and put stuff out there that people will enjoy.
yeah.
We talked a little bit too about the biology thing, and I always kind of joke that that's a fallback. Like I want this to be a career,
Right,
this kind
right.
of stuff, and then if that doesn't work out, then I'll be a doctor or something lame.
Yeah, yeah,
But
whatever.
yeah,
My plans for life are to create a media conglomerate. If that doesn't work, I'm just going to be a doctor.
yeah, I guess if I have to.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, I have a ton of fun doing this stuff, and it's great meeting fans and people like you, who are doing shows, and it's a really good time, and I'm sure you totally understand that.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah, for sure. And I mean, the biggest high I get is just meeting everyone and getting to chat with people. Um, I'm a huge fan of the Rooster Teeth Industries,
Yes,
and
yes,
I've been able to go the past 2 years and meet all these awesome people. And
I'm very jealous.
I met the creator of like Super Fight and all that,
Okay.
and so it's just it's so cool that I'm able to do that. And the day I take it for granted is the day when I'm like, well, I have to stop now.
Yeah, I hope not to hit that point anytime soon.
I'm almost there.
Yeah.
No, I'm just kidding. No.
Okay. Well, good. I'm glad to hear it.
But yeah. So what can we expect? What just little, if you haven't
Well,
teased enough, little taste of what we can expect for your secret stage.
one of the things that I'm really passionate about and trying to get off the ground right now is I don't know if you're familiar with Kind of Funny,
I
Greg
am.
Miller,
Yeah, oh
Ron
yeah,
Miller. Yeah, those
absolutely.
guys.
I met Greg Miller.
Okay. Yeah. Great guy.
Yeah.
And they used to do Podcast Beyond, and now they're doing PS I Love You XOXO, their PlayStation podcast.
Mm-hmm.
And I listen to that thing, and they're so passionate about that, right? And so
Right.
they know PlayStation as an industry so well. And I'm like looking around the landscape, and I'm like, where is that for Nintendo? Because I've always been a
Right.
lifelong Nintendo fan,
Yeah.
and so yeah, kind of by February, Jordan and I of Secret Stage are hoping to do something kind of in that vein with Nintendo.
Okay. Cool.
Yeah, so that's one of the first kind of new projects that we're kicking around. We also want to do a video series where we do kind of longer form Let's Plays. Maybe we play through a game over, a series of weeks,
Yeah.
rather than just kind of how we do it now, where we just sit down and we're like, all right, let's play, Super Meat Boy for an hour. And, um, we're going to start doing some live events. We're doing a charity event in March called Gamers for Giving here in Michigan. And we'll be live streaming, recording a live podcast, all that stuff.
Okay.
Yeah, so we've got some cool stuff just in these first couple months of the year that I'm really looking forward to.
Well, right on. That is all. On the whole Nintendo thing, I was a huge fan of the GameCube, and I still am.
Yes,
I think the GameCube controller is probably the most comfortable controller.
I'm with you there. I say that all the time, and
Yeah.
people give me so much crap for that.
You know what? I have my Wavebird like 5 feet away from me.
Yeah, mine's in a cabinet right behind me as well.
Yeah, yeah. And so I just remember being blown away by the GameCube. The fact that it had a handle and I could work out with it,
Yes.
the best. I mean, not the best for actually trying to play games, but
Yeah,
for keeping my reps up, it was great.
absolutely, man. I would argue that the GameCube might be their finest console. That and the
Yeah.
Super Nintendo, kind of neck and neck.
I am so tempted to get a Wii U, but here the only thing that holds me back is I got a Wii when it first came out,
Right.
and it was great and it was fun. But of course, these systems are more of a party, a social system.
Yeah.
And you need multiple people, and I don't like the idea of me having a console and getting Super Smash Brothers, playing by myself, and being like, well, I guess I'll just leave it in my cabinet, and then not touching it.
Yeah, I love the Wii U, but it is hard for me to recommend to people at the same time.
Yeah.
Because, it is very party-focused. The games that come to mind are Smash Bros., Mario Kart, Nintendo Land, Mario Party. And it's not to say there isn't some good solo stuff like Pikmin and Wind Waker HD, but yeah, it's hard to recommend to people, especially now when we kind of have these new console rumors floating around.
Yeah.
We might hear about that in March, so like it is very tough for me to be like, yeah, go out and get your kids a Wii U for Christmas, which has passed, but over the last couple weeks I've been getting that question a lot, and I'm like, I don't know.
So Zach,
Yeah.
unfortunately now has become the time when we have to stop talking and you have to go back to becoming a doctor.
Doctor. I don't want to.
Okay, media guy, media doctor.
Okay, awesome.
Doctor Media.
Okay.
That is your new nickname, Doctor Media.
Oh, all right.
There you go. It's not going to stick, and I feel like you're not that into it.
Oh, I am. It reminds me, do you remember the Disc Doctor? Those things they used to sell to fix like the DVDs?
Yeah. There was that. The Skip Doctor was one.
Right, yeah.
Yeah, okay. There
All
we
right,
go.
I'll be one of those.
All right, I'll make a shirt.
Okay.
All right. For the people at home who want to check out everything you do over at Secret Stage, where can they do that?
All right, I'm going to go into Secret Stage mode for a second. You can find all the cool stuff we do at secretstageproductions.com. We're on Facebook, facebook.com/secretstageproductions. We're on Twitter and Instagram at Secret Stage Team. And I'm always tweeting out stuff we're doing too on Twitter at Zacterium.
There we go. And now, that was pretty good. Have you practiced that whole spiel right there?
Oh, no, not at all. No,
Okay.
I don't do it, several times a week or anything like that.
In front of the mirror, and then you watch your lips move up and down. You don't do that?
Yeah, no.
Yeah,
no.
Yeah, me neither.
I just kind of wing it.
There we go. All right, Zach, you have a good one, okay?
You too, man.
All right, bye-bye.
Bye.